I sit here today in my number 58, 1986 Carl Banks jersey. I wanted to honor a great player who actually tackled when he played. What a disaster we saw Monday night. Your thoughts?
It was not good. Actually, the defense did play better. They played a lot, though, but this offense is in a bad way right now. And I think everybody is stating the obvious when they say the quarterback isn't playing well, the offensive line isn't playing well. They're out of sync, and there's just no sugarcoating that. They got to get it together. I mean, nobody's coming in to rescue them. Teams across the league, suffer injuries across their offensive line, so that, you got to coach them up and they got to be better. And, the thing that's the most disturbing is that every team that plays the Giants, their defensive front, they all have the same success. And that can't be. Like, there's a marketable difference between the 49ers in Dallas and what they can do versus what Seattle can do with their front. But yet Seattle had as much, if not more, success against this giant offensive line, and that just can't be.
I mean, this is disgraceful, is what this is. This is the worst Giants football that I've ever seen in my life, and that's saying something. This is unacceptably pathetic here, Carl. I mean, they get lit up every single game. They've scored 3 points at home, 64-3. So I understand the quarterback who got the bag this offseason. He's the easy target. Did the Giants practice this summer? Because last year we were saying that, and rightfully so, Daboll was an amazing head coach, a rising star. This year, they don't look like they have a coach. Why is Daboll not taking some heat? They look awful.
You know what? I'm gonna say that I personally believe in Brian Daboll. I think he's a hell of a football coach. I think he'll get it together. But as he said in his presser, he didn't do a good job either. He said the coaches didn't do a good job preparing him, and the players had not done a good job. So it's on all of them. And the one thing that kind of have me scratching my head is that they were off almost 11 days.
Yep.
And they came back and looked the same. Offensively, defensively, they played better. Like, they gave up maybe 2-3 big plays, and that was the difference in the game. They tackled much better. They, missed some, but they tackled. They look like an actual NFL defense now that has some level of talent. Azeez Ojulari came back, gave him a big boost, and when he's on the field with Kayvon Thibodeau, you can see that they are effective. And Thibodeau has, got 2 sacks in the game. So, but it's as a team, they've got to be better because the special teams are a liability now too.
Oh, that might be. Yeah, go ahead.
You can't function. What's happening on offense is just not sustainable. Whether Daniel Jones makes $50 or $15 or $40 million,
yep,
he's not going to last the season with them playing the way they are because he's hit. They said he was hit. He sacked 11 times or 10 times.
10 times, then Tyrod
but
once.
He was hit 25. Another 12 times.
Oh my!
And that doesn't include the times that he runs the ball and is expecting to get it.
Yeah.
So it's just not sustainable.
No.
And they've got to get it fixed. And it's up to those guys. And the coaches have to do a better job, as Daboll said, of getting them ready and prepared to play. They've got to listen. It's a long season. Nobody's going to feel sorry for them. So I say less and do more is what they've got to do.
One thing that I can't stand, and Sal, I know you think this way as well. Carl, I'm pretty sure you do as well. I can't stand passive-aggressive people. I'd rather know where you stand. You got to light me up if you're a coach or a boss. Light me up. Let me know what I need to be better at. So I want to criticize Daboll on something what happened tonight with Jones, but I say that because I usually love his approach in terms of that outward aggression and accountability. That's a good thing. But I thought it was unfair, that interaction with Jones at the end. Not that he's beyond getting a tablet flung at his door. I don't mean that. He's not a 7-year-old kid. I understand that. But the heart that Daniel, interception aside, and fumbles, Daniel Jones showed massive heart. He got his face kicked in, and he kept getting up. I don't know. How about the head coach go over to a lineman and do that in terms of public view? That worked with Tennessee week 1 last year. That was called for. The other night, in my opinion, it was not. I thought Jones deserved and earned a little more respect.
Okay, so because we don't know what led up to that, maybe this was a point, whatever ticked him off. And I saw a clip, somebody posted, he did the same thing with Josh Allen in Buffalo, but maybe I don't know, right? I know his coaching style, his players know his coaching style. So I don't think anybody is offended from within, but from where we sit as spectators, you see that and you clutch your pearls, but we don't know exactly what they talked about. If this was a point of emphasis, can't do this, and you're going over it all week and it shows up,
Yep.
then maybe that's the reaction. I don't know.
Yep.
But I know his coaching style this is in line with how he coaches.
No, Carl, I understand
he
that.
He coaches hard.
Yep.
So yep. I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Daniel got his butt beat, and he showed a lot of heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
But whatever that moment was, whatever was shown on that video, may have been the boiling point for both him and the quarterback.
I understand that, but I'm sure that there's been other guys on the roster, most notably the 5 turnstiles playing offensive line, who I'm sure that the coaching staff they've asserted over and over and over, don't do this or do this, and it doesn't happen because he got sacked 10 times, so evidently they didn't listen, and Dable doesn't light them up. Again, I usually love this stuff, and I don't want to belabor because I know we have other stuff. I just think when Daniel Jones was so physically tough that night, I would like to. I thought whatever. I don't even have a question. I'm just saying. I slightly even disagree.
Yeah, I can't answer it. I can't answer it. I don't have a problem with it personally because this is his style.
All right.
But if you're a spectator at home, you might have thought it was extra.
Yeah, and remember too, Carl played for Parcells, of course, who that might have been light to what Dable did to Daniel Jones. Carl, I'll ask you the same question I asked Adoree Jackson yesterday. What's the biggest reason the Giants are where they are right now?
No attention to detail. I mean, offensively, they're broken. And it's just, if you can see the same thing over and over again from a defense in terms of how they're attacking your quarterback, then you're missing something on details. And schematically, you may have to make some adjustments because they're clearly not getting it after 4 weeks. And it's like I said, it's not sustainable. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they missed opportunities to win games. They missed tackles to win games. So they've got to put that together. It's a team effort, and you can look across the board and see they don't have a turnover. They're turning the ball over on offense. It's all the above. So collectively, they got to have more attention to detail.
I want to ask you this in the simplest form possible, Carl. Is Daniel Jones good?
He's not playing good. He has his moments, but
you think he's a good quarterback, though? You think he's an NFL?
I do. Okay. I do. He's not as bad as depicted right now, but he's not playing well. I mean, he can play better too. But let me just say this: he's not playing well, and I understand. Because when you're getting hit with 2x4s, and this is not to excuse any of his own mistakes, but his internal clock is out of whack right now.
Yep.
His judgment is impaired, and it's visible, and teams know this. And until his offensive line can give him some assurance that he can settle himself down and make some plays, this is going to be it. And we may not ever know how good this kid is because the book is out. You rush him, you get pressure on him early, he's going to make mistakes. And the fact that you cannot prevent that from happening is frightening because no quarterbacks hold up under pressure. Some respond differently when they got to make a play. They got to stand in there and get hit in the face, right?
Yeah.
He's not that guy because he's getting hit so much. This is getting into that Daniel Carr deal.
Oh, you're talking about David? Yeah.
David Carr.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
with
getting
Houston.
to that level,
Yeah.
folks. Yes.
70-something
It's getting
sacks.
to that.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
Yeah, you'll break a kid, man. If this happens, you will absolutely break this kid, and we won't know what he could be, but we know what he is right now, and it's a quarterback who's unsettled, whose judgment is impaired every single week based on the pressure that he faces early in the game.
That's
it's
Carl.
just that simple.
Yep, Carl Banks with us here on the Fan, BT and Sal. Let's say if the Giants have a top 3 pick, which I think is very, very plausible. You take a quarterback? Do you take a quarterback? Do you take
I'm
a
not
quarterback?
going there. I don't even talk draft until the week before the draft. That you guys have at it. You got what you got now. You play the cards you dealt. And when the game is over, when the season's over with, then you have those discussions. But I feel that they will compete. They care enough. These players care enough.
Are we sure about that?
And their coaches.
Aren't we?
I am 100% sure.
How do you know that when they don't look like they want?
100%.
They don't even look like they want to be on the field, Carl.
I am 100% sure they care enough to get this right.
I'm not.
You're
Nobody
entitled
else
to
is.
that. And
you're the only one.
listen,
You and Tiki. That's
I'm
it.
going to just say this. I'm going to say this. Every opinion right now is valid. You guys can justify anything you want,
Yeah.
but I have one too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of know a little bit about the constitution of the guys in that locker room and the coaching staff, and I believe they care enough to try to get this right. Will it result in a better record? It should, but I don't know how far. But they will get this right.
Well,
I do believe that. I think they care enough about it, and they have enough talent.
Is there reason to believe, Carl, that they can, compete the next 2 weeks? Miami, Buffalo, both on the road?
Yes.
Based on what, though? I was a believer in them. I thought they played well in San Fran.
Execution.
But they got called. They played 4 games. They've been getting their ass kicked.
They're getting rolled.
I understand that. And they understand that. But as my coach would say to me or to our team, there's always a path to victory if you're willing to do what it takes. And you saw evidence of that. And this is not a comparison, but a week ago, you were running another quarterback out of town and the season was lost.
I wasn't.
And he went toe for toe with Patrick Mahomes.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. They're one play away in a couple bad calls from winning that game. So you can't count them out. Everybody, they play on Sundays for a reason. I believe that they care enough about this to get the season turned around. I do. And you know what? Call me crazy. I'm not going to call you guys crazy.
We wouldn't do that to you, Carl. You're crazy.
No.
But I think you're right.
My point is,
I think you're right in that they care. I do think they care.
I think they care enough to get this thing turned around.
I don't think
really
they have the horses. That's
right.
I think they care. They just don't
they
have
have
horses.
the horses.
Oh, well,
They do?
They have the horses.
Where are they?
They absolutely do.
How about Waller?
Where?
Can Waller do something, Carl?
Who's the number one receiver? The offensive line? What?
This is
Okereke can't make a
this
freaking
is
tackle.
exactly. Listen, Okereke played pretty decent. He missed the one that I'm mad at, Bobby Okereke, and I told him this. Any linebacker who has to bust their butt to chase somebody down, you don't run that far just to miss the tackle. You run that far to make them pay. And I saw the Isaiah Simmons, when he ran Geno Smith down, Geno Smith paid for it.
Yeah.
When you got to run distance, you better be mad as hell, and that guy's got to pay. You don't run that far just to miss it.
That's true. Like DJ Reed missed Mahomes the other night. I got you.
All right, Carl, we appreciate your time as always.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, hopefully it's under better circumstances.
Spicy.
I mean, look, I'd love to see it.